Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, September 14th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. I had a horrendous day. Only one really big trade early on. I traded very poorly today, like an amateur. It happens. Shouldn't keep happening, but it does at times. I talk about having to be smarter than the algorithms and your competition. I wasn't, should have learned. If I make this smaller, I was just talking to the room about it late in the day. We said something has changed here, right? Something has absolutely changed in what we've seen all year. How sellers are not giving up all their gains. How sellers are getting more aggressive to the downside. Friday was a beautiful example of it, right? Friday, we had the triple distribution. We held the double distribution. We haven't seen it. We had head fakes on the 8th and 9th. B took out A, but that was it. And then boom, they ripped it in C. We haven't seen that in a while. Head fake in B again on the 9th. And then H said, nope, and let's go. And then they said, forget about head fakes. Let's just start going. Opening on the 10th, went up a little, drive down. A, B, C. On the 10th that was, right? Wait a second. Yep, on the 10th. And then on the 13th, open, drive straight down again. Keep going in B. And guess what? For the third day in a row, they did it. And you think I would have learned from it. Now, I didn't buy up here. We were trading in the middle before the CPI came out, and that pushed it all the way up. So we started with higher value. And I'm like, well, I got to trade what's in front of me, even though what's been played before affects what happens next. Traders will do what's worked until it doesn't anymore. Well, look what's worked in A period on both the 10th, Friday, and yesterday. It's been selling the open and selling it hard. I'm like, well, they're going to do it for the third day in a row? Well, they did, but I still decided to get involved in a long. Now, I didn't even start until just above value high from yesterday. It was nowhere near today's high. We were already down $1 from the high. But the biggest problem was when we got down, I kept adding. I added at POC. Value started high. It was overlapping the high. I'm like, maybe all they want is POC. And then once B took out A and started going, it should have been put to bed, but I didn't. And I finally took it off at C somewhere. I'm not even sure exactly where it was, but it was a really, really sizable loss. And then I didn't do another trade for the rest of the day because that's how I am. Everybody deals with a loss differently, especially a large one. I just need to get my mental reserve back. I knew F was a short. And in fact, I told the room, I said, without a doubt, I would be shorting F's high. And at the time where half back was and value high was, I said, if it went even higher, I would have even taken a bigger play. Didn't take it. Turned out would have been the best trade of the day if I would have taken that, obviously, because after F's high came down, they attempted an I, failed, attempted an L, and M, failed, as we kept making or attempting new lows. So I could have gotten back a bunch of my loss if I played it from the short side. If I took a nice size play in F, which I should have, didn't do it. Again, I know myself. So that kind of compounds the issue. Like, I'm like, damn, I could have made a lot of it back. But I just got to be better than what I was this morning. My favorite trade is when we start ripping lower, right? Anybody who's listened to my video, anybody who's been in my room knows that. And I said I have to start getting into the mindset that that's starting to do that again. And again today, I didn't take advantage of it. Not only didn't I take advantage of it, I got caught on the wrong side. So I have to change that. Until they prove to me that this quote-unquote buy the dip is going to be back in vogue again, I have to start trading what's in front of me again. Now, as far as the bigger picture, even though sellers didn't get much below Friday's low, they still did, which means I'm putting the weekly in down mode. So the weekly and daily are both down. And unless we take out a daily high, it will remain down. So even though buy is tried both yesterday morning and this morning above the price probe and the price spike and M's low from Friday, look, we spent the majority of yesterday and the majority of today trading in M's low and below it as we finally filled that gap from the 20th or whatever, whatever it was, 20th or 23rd. So sellers still have control. Now, we did not go trend yesterday or today. We're still holding the double distribution day from Friday, but that's one thing to make sure you keep in mind, because even though they have pushed, they were not able to go trend yesterday or hold it today. We had a couple of opportunities. We do have some fairly big sell tail again, over $2. Now, today they took back a bunch of yesterday's, but we still have a large one today. So it's going to be interesting, especially as we get closer to the expiration and the dividend on Friday, if they really try to push this. We're getting closer to the 50-day moving average. We're below the 20. I thought we would battle. That's another thing. When I took that long today, I thought we might battle the 20-day moving average a little bit. Boy, we didn't do that. They got below it and said, see ya, and never came close to it again. So, when we go to the charts, I'm going to show you how odds of testing that 50-day moving average are very good. The question is, are they going to get that bounce that they've gotten all 7 times this year when we've either traded at it or got close to it? As far as the destinations for tomorrow, far and wide apart. We closed at, let's see where they have us closing. They have us closing at 444.28. First destination is the afternoon rally high, 446.29, $2 away. Then nothing until today's high, 448.34, and then 448.92 daily high. For the downside, we have today's low of 444.20. No, that can't be right. 443.22. I'm sorry. I wrote the wrong full figure. 443.22 is today's first downside destination. Then we have the afternoon pullback low, 442.46 from the 20th. You should have all these. I gave them all the way down to the monthly low yesterday, so I'm not going to even give them. So if you don't have them, please check out last night or yesterday morning's video. Now let's go to the chart. Okay, today's the 14th. We have 16 days left in the month. We have what, like 11 trading days? Something like that. 12, whatever it is. The monthly's still healthy. But now that sellers are starting to pick their head up, we certainly have to keep in mind of the possibility of an outside month down. Because we did take out last month's high by $1. And now last month's low is only $7 away, $8 away. Now that seems like a lot, but it's not. Okay, now we're also not that far from the high either. But I'm just talking about how we've been trading. So we definitely have to keep that in mind. Weekly, I am now calling the weekly down. Last week put it into balance. I was keeping it kind of in balance the way we didn't really do much yesterday. But again, we stretched it yesterday, and again, we stretch it today. So for me, I'm down in the weekly. Even if we close this week inside of August 23rd's range, which we're not far from, we easily can do it. But unless we take out last week's high, the weekly for me, for now, is down. You can call it balanced to down. I'm calling it down for now. And then the daily is certainly down. One-time framing down 3 days. Now here's the point we're talking about. We traded at the 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've bounced off it tremendously each and every time. Now the last time, the 7th time, we did not get to it. We missed it by like $2 at the time. Let me see what it was. A little over $2. And then we started our rally back to new highs. So, and the most we've stretched it once we've gotten below it is about $8, which is back on March 4th. So the question is, A, are we going to test it? B, are we going to get the responsive buying we've gotten all year? Or C, is something different this time and they're going to get maybe more of a flush and take out last month's low and then maybe even test another monthly low, because the monthly low before that one is 421.97, and that's a poor low. To be honest with you, I think it would be healthy for the market to take out last month's low and the prior month's low also and come into a nice 4-month balance around the 418, 420 level, And then you have 3 months to at least start trading back up to the top of the balance. That wouldn't be a bad way to finish the year. So, again, I'm not saying any of that's going to happen, but that's what you have to look for. So the line in the sand now is we closed below the 20-day moving average and above the 50. We haven't tested the 50 yet. Let's see if we're going to get it tomorrow. But nothing changes on the daily until we stop the one-time framing down. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy the evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.